Hello, party people. How is everyone?
こんばんは、元気ですよね。
Hmm, genki this. I'm
元気です。
trying to think. How do you respond when you're affirming? Was it a yokata? Is that how you respond to me?
Yeah. You're
Hmm.
like, ああ、よかったね。
I was like, oh, very good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we are approaching a day 12 once we go through day 11 homework. You will see I did not write out the answers, but I did do the katakana bits on the end there. I put it in OneNote just so I can use tablet to write easier. Just put it right on top. So they just happen to be side by side, but I don't think we necessarily need to go through that on our end. Um, but for number one here, we've got person A is like Donna o ongaku ga suki desu ka? And they say, assuming that's right, um, kurashiku ga suki desu. Oh, they're
Yeah.
asking
And
about music. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Okay. That took me a
I was gonna
second to get in the
say,
right headspace.
right, because like also with ski, we like sometimes jokingly you'll hear it said Suki, but
Mm-hmm.
it is largely just pronounced
Ski
ski.
desu ka?
Ski, ski, ski.
Down ski. Hmm. All right. And then for two, um, we've got supine, which I'm not immediately sure what this is right now looking at
Yeah,
this.
Spain.
Oh, supine. Oh, and then we have the go there. Okay. Spingo ga okarimasu ka? They asked me if they
This will
speak.
be wa.
Shoot. The time is now. Okay. Wakarimasu ka? Um, and then hi. Um, daitai wakarimasu. I did this a bit ago relative to when we are recording this. So I feel like I need a refresher going through these. Um, all right. Ototo san wa dansu ga jo jozu desu ka? Um, ie amari jozu ja arimasen. So they're asking, is your ototo younger brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Younger brother, is he good at dancing? He's like, not really. All right. For four, B-san wa chocolate ga suki desu ka? Hi. Totemo suki desu. Relatable. Really like that chocolate.
Same.
Me too. I like him. I don't like the dark ones though. I like at the end of the day what
Yeah,
I
a
like is
little
milk.
bitter. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Um all right. Um One-san wa supotsu ga suki desu ka? Hi. Oh, or did I say one? This is wait, did
Yeah,
I?
that's right. Yeah, because
One-san
what's
wa.
going on here is that someone is asking, like, is your older sister,
Mm.
well, what is it? Does your older sister like sports? And
Mhm.
because you're referring to your own now, they're saying ane.
Okay. I see. Okay. Ane wa sportsu ga suki desu. Okay. All right. And then otosan wa ryori ga jozu desu ka? Um, and then this is cooking, right?
Ye where is it again? Yeah, it's just
Ryori.
cooking.
Okay, I knew it was like cuisine, but I
Ryori.
wasn't confident that it was also just cooking in and of itself.
Hmm.
Um, ie amari jozu or yeah, jozu ja arimasen. And then for three, dona kudamono ga suki desu ka? Or no, that's the answer. That's not the question. Well, I guess it is
I
in
mean,
this
it is a
case.
question.
Yeah. We just have to go down. Rin-san ga suki desu. Rin-san ga suki desu.
Ringo.
Ringo. Oh, okay. I guess because Rin's one of the characters in skits. Like
Yeah.
autopilot, man. The brain's crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I mean, remember with the sentence is asking like, what kind of fruit do you
Yeah.
like, right?
I'm like, I just, I'm looking at this and I'm like, there should be a fruit here, but it didn't. It didn't click. I'm like, we have Rin, of course, who's always here. All right, and then our last one. Nihongo ga suki desu ka? Oh, shoot! I was supposed to write stuff here, and
Yeah.
it seems I
I
did
mean,
not.
we can quickly
Okay. Um,
answer, just like yes or no.
Nihongo ga suki desu ka? Yeah, I like it. Hi, suki desu. Do I need to do anything else there?
No, that's about it.
Okay. Um, e ga jouzu desu ka? I mean, I'm not Shakespeare, I would say, but like, yeah, I could live my life with it. But I guess we're already pointing a direction here. Um,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah. Jozu this guy. Um, and I guess we're just going with a Ie Jozu Jari Masen.
Hi.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they're looking at their
Did you
demographics.
say?
They're like, no one.
Did you say Shakespeare would be good? Is he good at drawing?
God, not go. No, I don't think he's. I was thinking. I was responding as if I was not good at English. I'm like, it's strange that they wrote it like that.
Yeah, because E is like painting. So
As a
this is
painting.
asking like,
That's
are
right.
you good at painting?
Okay, I'm in my mind. I was responding as though I'm like, I guess I'm not good at English, huh? Okay, never mind. Never mind. Ignore me. Um, Indonesia go ga wakarimasu ka? Yeah, wakarimasen. All right, no mixing pictures and languages here. Um, I don't speak it
Yeah.
any capacity. Uh, I think we mentioned this in one of the other exercises before. Saka no ruru ga wakarimasu ka? And I guess here I'm giving them the hi wakarimasu. But I would feel less confident about that if someone asked me that to my face.
そうですか.
So this guy. All right. Anything to add on to the ideas here before we go into day 12 stuff?
Nah, I'm all good.
Alrighty. Glorious, beautiful, beautiful even. Let us progress. All right. So we've got katakana content right off the bat. My favorite koda. I love it. Love to see it. Kohi. That one. Kohi. And then we have the extensions. That's not too bad. This is very interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I su T, and then we have the extension here. And how did we handle this small friend here?
Mm-hmm. So when it's a small vowel,
Mm-hmm.
it will just change the vowel sound to that instead.
Okay.
So this is normally te,
Mm-hmm.
just becomes t, but also it doesn't change it to chi like
Mm.
you would in like hiragana.
Okay. I and then this is
Yeah, that's
the I
normal.
sound itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then this is just normal su, and this is getting modified to the T. Okay. Kora. This one's not so bad. This is getting modified here. And then this is extending. No, it's not. This is adjusting this sound, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ju. And without this, what would this sound be?
That'd just be G.
Okay. So it's turning the G to Ju.
Yeah.
Okay. Jusu.
Yeah, I mean the Y characters, they
Mm-hmm.
function the same as in hiragana because this is just the U character.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So like jugyo, it's still like JYU kind of a thing.
Okay. And here we have Biru for beer.
Yeah,
And
be a
two.
little careful with this one with the vowel extension because just biru
Mm-hmm.
is like building.
Oh, okay.
So biru.
Biru. Okay.
Hi.
Gotcha. And then wine. N sound doesn't have trailing vowel. It's pretty much what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep.
All right. Cool. And then we have exercises here, and then videos here from Yuko Sensei.
皆さん、こんにちは。ゆうこ先生。
Konnichiwa.
Thank you, Yuko. All right, and I'll put them where I put them. You know where they go. All right, and then on to vocab. And I think same deal as last time, Jimmy. I'll likely need an assist when it comes to katakana when they come up. I haven't previewed this. All right. Nomimasu, to drink. Osake for alcohol. We have the big O to give it that thumbs up. Yakusoku. I feel like I've heard this quite a bit in like anime with childhood promises and whatnot. Promise. Kaigi for a meeting. Same kai as in kaisha, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Jikan for time. We've talked about that. Kankokugo. Kankokugo. For Korean. This is the country itself, and then we put the go on it. Okane for money. This is probably the first Japanese word I ever learned that wasn't like something obviously Japanese. And from a Dragon Ball Z fan sub, Majin Buu's like I need money to buy ice cream, and he's just like talking to himself. He's like okane, okane. Benkyo, to study, and on that conversation of like, well, this is just a noun, correct? I was gonna ask about like dictionaries and stems and whatnot, but this is just a straight up not a verb here.
Yep.
Okay. Daigakse, university student. We've seen that plenty. Tomodachi for furendo. Tanjobi for birthday. Keiki for cake. All right. Kaimas, to buy. Maybe we do that with the okane. We'll see how things play out. Isogashi for busy. And would you use this to describe a place that is bussin' as well, or is this just like work busy?
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay. All right. Ikimasu, to go. Nemasu, to sleep. Nemui is sleepy. And on this note, and I might be getting ahead of myself a little, because we talked about like colors, like when they end in like an E, it's an adjective. If this was written out in kanji, would this E, like the like nemu, be its own kanji, and then we would have an E to make it an adjective trailing at the end?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nihongo, Japanese. You know this word. You might. I wouldn't say we know this language just yet, but we know this word. Ni me. Good stuff by my book here. Kanji for kanji, the scary stuff. Ame for rain. Kairimasu to come back. You can see. This is a nice little picture right here. All this right here at the end. This is quite nice. Kekonshiki, wedding.
Kekkonshiki. Hi.
Kekonshiki. Oh, we're doing the shortening business. Kekonshiki.
I think it didn't quite come through, but you would say shiki.
Oh, you would shiki, like fully
Yeah.
pronouncing everything. Okay.
I think so. They'll probably say it, so we'll see.
Okay. Ski. We were talking about this just earlier. This is a na. So sometimes you were saying we get the suki, but normally just ski, like what we do down the slopes before the big abominable snowman eats us on Windows games. You know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is new to me, I think. Hima, which is a na, is free time.
It's more like you're free, but a lot of times it also means like bored, because I guess the implication, if you're not doing anything, you're kind of bored.
Oh, I mean this illustration, I feel like it's definitely conveying that, but I probably wouldn't have picked up on that in isolation. Tabemasu, to eat. This is in mas form. Mise, shop or store. Oishi, this is delicious. And I don't think I've ever stopped to think of, like, oh yeah, this hasn't the e at the end. We're describing the food. Aimasu, to meet. Eki, station. I'm guessing this eki is almost always attached to whatever type of station it is, like if it's like based off a city.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Takushi for taxi. Spangle for Spanish. Musume for daughter. There's a series I watched called actually I'm second guessing myself, because I thought it was called Wandering Sun, but I thought Musume was in there. So now I'm like, what was going on there?
I'm not familiar with it.
Revisit that on my own time. Sakini for first. And this is how would you use this? Because this is not a counter, right?
Right. I was about to say, this is more like go ahead. This is not first necessarily like in order, but like if you're in a or someone wants to eat something first, you're like, oh, saki ni dozo, like you take it ahead of me.
All right. Like if you bump into a dude in a hallway and you're trying to be like, you go on ahead. Is this what you would use?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Kuru. Konban, this evening. Kondo, next time. Taisetsu, important. This is a non-adjective. Yoji, things to do. Sugoi, classic. This is great. Also, I want to say this is a little story because it took me out. I was playing this game called Wild Hearts, and I'm playing it with the English dub, but it's got a Japanese setting, Japanese fantasy setting with this kind of Monster Hunter-y adjacent. And in English, the subtitles also in English, someone said Sugoi, and it was written out like fully Romanized, and I was like, I don't think I've seen that happen before.
What the heck? Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, it's just that kind of game, I guess, where they're
funny.
doubling down on the Japaneseism. So I was like, what the? Mainichi, every day. Daisuki, his favorite. I feel like I've always internalized this as just like the big like. Is there a distinction to be made with like favoritism there? Versus like,
No,
I just really
like
like it.
You greatly like, because like the die here uses the same kanji as like big.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the big like.
Okay. Smash that big like button, folks. You know what to do. Kuni for country. Gohan for cooked rice or meal. Shinjuku. This is a place. Shinjuku. Atode for later. We brought up I think last recording we were talking about mata and like the verb for waiting. And in my mind I was like, oh, like mata ne? Is this related in any kind of way?
Not really, no.
Okay. All right. I think I was mistaken there, but it hung on me. I'm like, I think I was off base. Musoku, a son.
Musu.
Musu. Oh, no, no, no. This is probably what was going on when I was thinking about that show. This is
Musko.
Musko. Horo Musko, I think, was the name that I was thinking, but Musume was daughter, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably what I'm doing. All right. Musko for son.
Bunka.
Yeah,
it might not have come through, but it is Musuko.
Musuko. Sounded all out pretty fully there?
Yeah.
Okay. Musuko. Bunka for culture. And like this image here makes me like, is this a particular kind of culture? Or is this like otaku culture or like actual like traditional culture?
Yeah, that's just the word for culture.
Okay.
Like on its own. It doesn't necessarily mean
There's no
traditional or modern or anything.
Okay, there's no real bias on it. It's just that's the culture, bro. All right, and that's it for this batch. You have any thoughts here?
Nope, I am all good. Sorry if I was a little distracted. I was updating the vocab
Oh,
sheets
that's fine.
in real time. Hopefully the click clacking didn't.
I didn't pick up on it. At least we'll see what the audio suppression feels like doing later.
Right.
All right, continuing on. Lesson 1. Oh, we've got the refresh situation. Good old friend.
Yay.
New feature. Declining an invitation. Is it sazo at the start?
Saso.
Saso. Okay. They would need the like dakuten to become a Z sound. Io. Kotone.
Yeah, probably because of the kanji. Sasoi is the whole word.
Okay. So this E like would generally be grouped here. Like, is that the better way to think of it?
That is the word.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sasoi o kotone uru. And
this is kotowaru.
Kotowaru. Oh! There's a song I like with this title. Let me get in there a little more actually. Kotowaru. Declining an invite. Basho. Kaishitsu or kaisha. We're in the company. We're in there. We're in the building. And then our characters here. Tojo Jinbutsu. We've got Yamada-san. Is this, would I pronounce this as Takahashi or Takashi?
Takahashi.
Okay. Takahashi-san. Tanaka-san. We always gotta have Tanaka. Kaishain. Sanin. I'm saying this like it's a name and not realizing where we are in the sentence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sanin. Kaisha. Yeah. We've got 3 employees. Okay. And then nothing at the bottom. Let's do it.
高橋さん、今晩お酒を飲みに行きませんか？
すみません。今晩約束があります。
そうですか。じゃあまた今度。 田中さん、今晩お酒を飲みに行きませんか？
すみません。明日大切な会議があります。今日は時間がありません。
そうですか。わかりました。
Dang.
We just want to chill,
Unfortunate.
man.
No one wants to hang out with her.
I used to have this this Chinese roommate, and his English was pretty alright, but he has little sayings, I feel like, and every now and then he'd be like, "So much party, too much party," and I'm feeling that. I'd be like, "You want to go drink?" And be like, "No, so much party."
So much.
All right, once more.
高橋さん、今晩お酒を飲みに行きませんか？
すみません。今晩約束があります。
そうですか。じゃあまた今度。田中さん、今晩お酒を飲みに行きませんか？
すみません。明日大切な会議があります。今日は時間がありません。
そうですか。わかりました。
Like when Jin walks away, like at the start, I was like getting ready to pause and like on the first viewing, and I'm like, oh wait, no, there's extended lore here. She's gonna get rejected again. All right.
Wonder if she will find anyone to go drinking with.
Never be alone, friends. All right. 私は約束があります。I have an appointment.
Yakusoku?
Yakusoku. I said yo, didn't I?
はい。
約束があります。And 私は時間がありません. I don't have time. All right. Should I let them sound it out, or do you want to
Yeah,
add
go for
anything
it.
in advance?
Yeah, we can let it play.
Okay.
約束があります。時間がありません。
Okay. Not too much there. I could take a
Yeah.
quick peep at the other slide. All right. The object of the verb of possession, arimas, equals to have. The same verb as arimas, the verb of existence in day 10, is marked with ga. That's a way of explaining it, sure.
Yeah. That's one way they can word that.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this is just saying you can use adu to say like I have.
Mm-hmm.
This is similar with iru when we would say like I have like a younger brother, like ototo ga imasu, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if there's something going on, like testo ga arimasu, like I got a test, or so on and so forth.
Can you use it for like very tangible items as well? Like if you're like, I have an apple.
Yeah, you can be like terebi ga arimasu.
Okay. Okay, cool. I didn't know if it was like only abstract concepts, like a sibling or an obligation, which might be the same as a sibling depending on your
Sibling
relationship.
is an abstract concept.
Abstract concept, like a big brother. All right. I move forward, but is that all we got there?
That's it.
Okay.
This is explaining the other main use that adu has on its own.
Okay. All right. And then I already have plans. Sentence 1. Yokuzoku ga arimasu. No, I did the same thing. Yakuzoku ga arimasu. I feel
and it is
I'm like
soul, not a
soul.
zol. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Kaigi ga arimasu. I have a meeting. Kaigi ga arimasu. And then I don't have time. Jikan ga arimasen. Let's do our repetition time.
約束があります。
Yakusoku ga arimasu.
会議が があります。
Kaigi arimasu.
会議があり
時
ます。
間がありませ
Kaigi.
ん。
What let me redo that for myself. Come on. Oh no. My like clicking is tied to the scrubbing. Let me refresh this.
What does that?
I think if I like click and drag within like the iframe, it like wigs out and then like doesn't acknowledge the release click. It's happened more than once to me before, and I'm putting
Yeah.
the pieces together.
約束があります
Yakuzoku ga arimasu.
会議があります。
Shoot.
会議
Kaigi ga arimasu. She comes in quick with it.
Hey.
I'm off guard.
Yeah, that one's really fast.
Yeah. Kaigi ga arimasu.
があります。時間がありません。
Jikan ga arimasen.
Yeah, and with jikanga arimasen, that can also just generally mean like you don't have enough time or like you're about to run out of time. Like, oh, like we need to do this thing, but there's just not enough time.
Yeah. Okay. I don't got no time. All right. Practice time, however.
時間
All right. All right. So they're wanting us to say we have enough time in this case, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Jikan ga arimasu.
はい。
時間があります時間
Jikan ga arimasen.
時間がありません用事
Yoji ga arimasu.
はい。
用事があります
What is yoji by itself?
Yoji is like errand.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm like, this is definitely not a little guy. That doesn't mean little guy,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know what I would draw to illustrate errand either.
I mean,
but
I guess in hindsight,
probably just not a dude.
Yeah, he's doing something for sure.
用事
Yoji ga arimasen.
用事がありませんお金
Okane ga arimasu.
お金がありますお金
Okane ga arimasen.
お
There's
金
the,
があり
oh,
ま
it's
せ
not
ん
over.
There we go. There we go.
Wait. But oh, they were just saying it at the end.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said it correctly, so I've moved on. There's one of my favorite clips out there is that I don't know what
song?
the context of this is. No, it's this Japanese lady. She's like crying. She's like, I don't have any money. But what she's saying is like, okane ga naishi. And then something happens and she like laughs. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it really tickles me.
Like the cadence that she came out with, like the okane in here, I started thinking about thinking and talking got combined there. I started talking about making the sound over here. I'm like, okane kazoku watashi wa shita. I'm sure that'll date this video in like 10 years. I'm sure. All right, but otherwise, practice 1's not so bad. Video 2, saying why you do something. Ryu Itsu, is that right?
Yeah, Ryu.
Ryu o Itsu.
Yeah, because it's not. It's kind of hard to enunciate a little bit. But it's not just Ryu. Like R small U. Those are two separate syllables.
I see. Ryu.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Itsu. Where in Basho, the location in our traditional kyoshitsu, our classroom. shoot, I said this earlier without a stutter. Now, I'm not ready anymore.
Yeah.
Tojo
It's
Jinbutsu.
kind of late.
Yeah, I guess so. And then we've got our Daigakse and our Ryugakse, university student, and our study abroad student. And this Ryu, the difference here is that this one's small, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. All right. In that case, let's roll it.
うわー、山田さん、韓国語がわかりますか？
はい、大学生の時勉強しましたから少しわかります。
すごいですね。
Yeah, I know one of those alternate character sets. I felt like I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
I wasn't. Did I? I'm not. I don't know.
It's gone now. Forgive me.
I don't think I was saying anything.
All right, once more.
うわー、山田さん、韓国語がわかりますか？
はい、大学生の時勉強しましたから少しわかります。
すごいですね。
Makes
that's
good
what I was gonna say. I
faces.
was just gonna be like, "Sugoi."
Sugoi.
Not
Wild hearts, man.
important.
I should say, I was playing that with a friend, and they took a moment to text me, and they're like, I'm playing it in Japanese. The subtitle still had Sugoi in English.
Perfect.
And then when I got there, I'm like, I see what's happened.
I have the tools.
All right. Moving on. Oh, not a lot here. Kara connects two sentences together to denote a casual relationship. Sentence 1 is the reason for sentence 2. Because Kara. And then let's have that filled out a little more.
勉強しましたから少しわかります。
Okay. That seems pretty straightforward.
Yep.
All right. Because they explained it, I understand it. You see. A little.
Yeah, the only thing that might get a little tricky is that you'll want to keep it in this order, like in the English order when thinking about it, because what follows the kata is not the explanation.
Okay.
Right? Like that'll be the result.
Okay. 勉強しましたから、少しわかります。Okay. I was doing a comparison to the other languages there in my mind for a second. I'm like, how do we handle this elsewhere? But I think I'm good.
Yeah, because like in English, we were like, yeah, I can understand a bit, but that's because I studied. Right.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. All right. Grinding. Oh, we got the refresh. Let's see how we're doing today. What that looks like. 4 lesson day. Okay, so we're about halfsies. 勉強しましたから、少しわかります。I understand a little because I studied it. Let's hit it.
勉強しましたから少しわかります。
勉強しましたから少しわかります。
はい。
Okay. Practice 1. Practice fun.
友達の誕生日です。ケーキを買います。
All right, let me look at that first chunk a bit. I understand that it's her birthday and she had cake because of it, but somehow
友達の誕
生日です。
です。
友達の誕生日からケーキを買います。Is that the right order for what we want?
You can just keep the full des. So 誕生日の、友達の誕生日ですから、
Desukara. Okay.
ケーキを買います。I mean, like, I would be saying it differently, so I'm kind of assuming here.
Yeah,
But
I guess
we're
this
about to find out.
example can kind of like you could say I bought a cake because it's my friend's birthday, or it's my friend's birthday, so I'm buying a cake, I suppose.
No, it's not necessarily the order. It's like what comes right before the kata. I would usually say a little bit differently.
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
kind of confusing myself. Is that if that's based off of formality or not?
Okay.
Because there's a lot of different ways that you can say because.
Okay. Should we?
But I think the idea is that you could keep the full sentence and then just slap on kata.
Okay. All right. In that case,
誕生日で
let's
す。
see what she does.
ケーキを買います。
友達の誕生日ですからケーキ。
友達の誕生日ですから、
Okay.
ケーキを買います。毎日忙しいです。どこも行きません。
どこも行きません。The second phrase here, I'm struggling to translate.
Yeah. So when we add mo to a question word, it turns it into like nothing.
That's right.
So doko, which question word is that?
Is that a where?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
where. So this would be like
I can't go
nowhere.
anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. That is clicking for me now. I'm sorry. I guess it is late. I guess I underestimated that I would feel that. Forgive me.
All good.
All right. Wait, let me do that while the words are still in frame. 毎日忙しいですから、どこも行きません。
Yeah. And when if you want to pause it for just a moment.
Yeah. Pause.
Right there. I can't really explain exactly all the instances where you do this, but this is one of the times where you would just say desukara instead of just deskara.
Okay.
If that.
The full
okay,
su sound.
Got it. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
毎日忙しいですからどこも行きません。昨日1時に寝ました。
昨日1時寝ました。
眠いです。
昨日1時寝ましたから眠いです。
はい。
昨日1時に寝ましたから眠いです。
Okay. All right, that's not so rough on paper. All right, let's see if I still feel that way after practice 2 has for us.
から日本語が少しわかります。
I guess I am an American, so hold on.
Wait, what?
Get this in phrase. Nihongo ga skoshi. Well, okay, I guess they're probably wanting I studied. I was thinking of it in a more negative sense. I was like, I only know a little bit because I'm not Japanese. But they probably want like, I'm studying, so I know a little.
Yeah, it's like I know a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if it would be like amari wakarimasen, that would make sense. That would
Okay.
make a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Would I go with a benkyou shimashita in this case?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could just say like in the normal tense. So because I study, I understand a
Benkyou
bit.
shimasu kara Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. It's a powerful hand pose.
The truest of dozo.
Dozo. Oh, she's giving us time.
からとても忙しいです。
I guess it's being left open ended. She's not giving us something there. Blank.
Is there another one? Is that why it's much? Oh wait, it just changed.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I guess we're just moving along. We don't have a check there. Just a second. I had a message I should respond to. All right. とても忙しいです。忙しい busy?
Yep.
Okay. What would I put in front of that? I do feel like I'm busy these days. If I just wanted to say I'm working hard, I wouldn't use like ganbare would not be any version of the phrase I'm trying to use, right?
Is it because like you mean like actual work?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I suppose ideally I would want a more broad way to say it, but I don't know what to put in front of here. If you have something that jumps out to you, feel free to feed it to me.
Yeah, you can be like itsumo nani ka shimasu kara. So it's like because I'm always doing something.
Okay. That was itsumo. What was the rest?
Itsumo nani ka?
Nanika. Okay. Itsumo
Shimasu
nanika
kara.
shimasu kara. So I like shimas would be like the end of that before the rest of this kicks in, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Itsumo nani o shimasu kara totemo isogashii desu.
Yeah, and it'll be nani ka. So when you similar to the mole, I can't remember if they've talked about this or not, but similar to the mole, how that changes a question word into like nothing. If you add ka, that means like somewhere or sometimes, something, someone.
Okay.
So like dokoka would be like somewhere. Nanika can be something.
Okay. In what is it? In Hunter x Hunter, Killua's sister, they call her Nanika. I think that makes sense. When she gets into her weird form, the weird form. Spoiler warning: there's a weird form, I guess. Yeah. All right. Let's roll it.
Probably ended.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else there. Okay. Lesson 3: asking and answering why. Ryu o kiku. Ryu o kotaeru. Asking and answering why. I feel like I had a thought here, but it left me while I was pronouncing. In the Kyoshitsu, Tojo Jinbutsu, we've got the characters, normal folk, Daigakusei and Ryugakusei, and this is a new one, so let me swap this over, and let's go.
リンさんはどうして日本語を勉強しますか？
私は日本のアニメが大好きですから。
そうですか。
そうですか. Man of culture, we call that in my country. Once more.
リンさんはどうして日本語を勉強しますか？
私は日本のアニメが大好きですから。
そうですか。
そうですか. Okay. All right. What kind of grammar we got for our otaku boys out here? The interrogative doshite is used to ask a reason. The answer needs kara at the end. Blank wa doshite? Why? Blank ka, Blank wa? Blank kara, Doshite. Used to ask a reason. So this is a question word, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have a alternate phrasing for this? I think I do understand, but this is still not ideal.
Doshite is what you say to ask why.
Okay. Yeah. Why? That's
Why?
straightforward. Why?
Yeah.
That's the word. We have here.
どうして日本語を勉強しますか？日本のアニメが大好きですから。
I really like that Japanese anime is the thing. Kara can also be used, like in this example, you can say sentence 2 first and add the reason after that. And here we're seeing Daisuke because we brought it up before. And he's like, I really like it, bro. You know. Okay. Anything additional here?
No. If you're not confused by the little note at the top, we're all good. Because I can't really figure out what they're trying to say from that, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah. I'm guessing they're like the orders. You can go do whatever you want with that, but I'm also not sure if that's correct. But maybe it's best if
yeah, because there's not really a change in order here.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know what that note's saying.
Okay. Let's not worry about it.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Let's not ask why. All right. Repetition. And let me hit with the refresh. Um, どうして日本語を勉強しますか? Why do you study Japanese? 日本のアニメが大好きですから. Because I like Japanese anime a lot.
Yeah. Also, I want to rescind the comment that I made earlier about the des into kara, where you'd be saying like desukara.
Oh.
I'm thinking that's just because when I'm in class a lot, that's kind of how I got used to hearing it from all of my sensei.
Like emphasize very heavily just because they're bringing sounds down.
Well, I mean, like even like in the last couple of years, right? So it doesn't sound like they're doing that.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter, I guess.
Okay. All right. Interesting now. I will rescind it. I'll put a picture of a cat over the waveform of the sound where you said that. All right, let's go.
I mean, yeah, I don't.
I will not be doing that. Let me be clear. All right, let's look. All right, hold on. This is repetition. Okay, cool. Let's go.
どうして日本語を勉強しますか？
どうして日本語を勉強しましたか?
日本のアニメが大好きですから。
日本のアニメが大好きですから。
はい。
All right. Simple and clean. All right. Let's dive in.
どうして漢字がわかりますか?
勉強しましたから? Is that all I'm doing?
There's some text at the top of the picture, I think. There might be something a little bit more.
All right.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, I guess that's just the first part of the question.
わかりますか? 少し勉強しましたから。
Huh, hold on. She's putting the skoshi here. But it's weird to me to be like, I studied it a bit, but I maybe that's not weird. That makes sense to me.
I think it's very weird. I think this is like a flex to me. Like, I only studied a bit, but I know it.
Yeah, I guess that is the problem. He's like, he's emphasizing, I didn't put that much effort, but I do know it.
Yeah.
I don't know it a little. I know it all the way. Okay.
勉強しましたから。 どうしてどこも行きませんか？
どうしてどこも行きません? Oh, why aren't you going anywhere? And it's because it's raining. 雨ですから. Is that all I would need to do?
I think so.
Okay.
今日は雨ですから、国へ帰ります。
Hold on. I got caught off guard by the marriage imagery and was focused on it. Kunie kairimasu. Oh, we're going back to get married. Or I guess our friend is. Tomodachi no this is kekon? Is this the word?
Kekkonshiki.
Kekkonshiki. Okay, because it follows along. Tomodachi no kekkonshiki ga arimasu. And kekkonshiki, is that the word for a wedding or like the act of marriage?
Yeah, a wedding ceremony.
A wedding ceremony. Okay.
Yeah, the shiki bit means like ceremony.
Oh, okay.
So you can use that for some a handful of other things.
I see. Okay. Kekkonshiki ga arimasu. Kara.
帰ります。
Tomodachi no
Oh, we're asking now.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
どうして国へ帰りますか？
どうして国へ帰りますか？
友達の結婚式がありますから。お酒を飲みません。
No. お酒を飲みません。
So we might be asking again, but let's see.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're asking.
Okay. All right. お酒を飲みません. Am I just putting a ka there? Am I doing anything else?
We need to ask why.
Oh, どうして、お酒を飲みませんか?
はい。
Okay.
せん。どうしてお酒を飲みませんか？お酒が好きじゃありませんから。
In my mind, I was like, I feel like that's a bit personal. I probably wouldn't ask that, but I'm like, Japanese business culture, you probably would ask that if someone's like, oh, we're going to this celebration thing after work and I'm not drinking. You probably someone would push a little.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, kids, don't ever ask why someone doesn't drink. That's just rude.
You don't gotta pressure them. There's a lot of reasons, but I'm like, I mean, in them, I can see the world where someone's like, come on, man, why don't you? You're like,
right.
Good Christian boy.
Yeah, I feel like
I'm 17.
It'd just be. I'm a minor.
I'm just a kid.
But I feel like it'd be a lot more appropriate to just ask, do you not drink? And be like, okay.
Cool. You do whatever. Moral lessons from the Nihon bros today. Drinking etiquette. And yeah, that's it for this one. All right, practice 2. This might be just a recording section. Let's see.
どうして日本語を勉強しますか？
アニメが好きですから。There's more to it, but yeah. I like the whole place. I like the whole shebang. Cool. That's that's exactly what's going on. Approved. Knuckles.mp4.
Yeah. Approved.
All right. Last lesson of the day. Receiving an invitation. I've been mixing this up all day. This one's a so, right?
Sasol. Yeah.
Sasoi o sukete. Ukete. Sasoi o ukete. And we're in classroom, nothing new here. Tojo Jinbutsu are folks to study abroad students. Ryugakusei futari. And would you, for this futari bit, would it always come after like whatever it is that we're counting? Like you wouldn't say futari.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Okay. This would.
I mean, and sometimes not exactly like right after.
Mm.
Yeah, because like in this bit, this isn't a sentence, right?
Yeah.
It's just listing like two.
Yeah, we got 2 of these. Okay. Otherwise, let's do it. Let's go.
キムさん、今晩暇ですか？
はい。
じゃあ一緒にご飯を食べませんか？新宿に美味しい店があります。
いいですね。食べましょう。どこで会えますか
6時に新宿駅で会いましょ
う。わかりました。じゃあまた後で。
I don't want to read too much into this.
This is why no one is going drinking with the other sensei.
I was thinking like
got obligations.
She agreed real quick. She was like, "Nope, I am not free." What would you like to do? What would you like to do? All right, I mean, no, I am free. I don't have plans. What did she actually? She comes in quick with it, which got me excited, frankly.
う。キムさん、今晩暇です
let's
か？
go.
はい。
Yeah, she's ready for it. She's been waiting for this.
I just want to note, and maybe this is I shouldn't do this here, but like because like Hima largely, or not largely, but a lot of times just has that negative connotation to it because it's like you're bored. There are a lot of other ways of saying like, "Are you free?" So we'll use it now, but as soon as we find a different way to say it, that will be better.
Okay, like in that sense, like, are we literally asking like are you bored at this moment?
No, it's just there are better ways to ask and to avoid that.
Okay, sure. Let's avoid it. Oh, there's a novel here. Okay, let's blank. Unlike English, let's Japanese. Masho is rarely used for inviting itself. We use expressions such as masenka. What? We studied in day 7. In this lesson, masho is used for mentioning subsidiary proposal, the meeting place and time. Murokuji ni Shinjuku eki de, proposing some change of the plan. Please check today's grammar homework 1.1 and 2.1. Responding positive for the initiative or the proposal. Furthermore, the final case, that is, in responding the invitation or the proposal, it is often the case that we use shimashou, do so literally, instead of repeating the same verb. Huh?
Okay. So, first of all, for that first note, what this is saying is that usually for extending invitations, we will use like masenka instead of mashou.
Okay.
For the second group here, this is for like, say after the initial proposal, and you're like, oh yeah, let's do that. How about we do this?
So you would use like masho after like the second wave of confirmation, if you would.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Like you
then
wouldn't
the last
open with a
one-
masho like, let's do this.
So yeah, if you do, you can.
Okay.
But if you do, there's like probably some understanding that you're already going to be doing something together.
Okay.
So, like, if we're standing around at like a convention and we're all about ready to go, and the first person gets up, they're like, "Ikimashou ka."
Okay.
They're not inviting them to leave. They're just saying like, "Shall we just go ahead and get going?" Right?
Okay.
There's going to be like, if your opening move is that, there's usually some implicit thing that everyone's already on board to do something together.
Okay. If that was not the case, would it just be seen as like turbo rude?
You know, I don't really know because you just don't say it
You
there.
just don't. Okay. Like I'm like, is it? Do you
sure.
not out of politeness, or is it just like, no, you just be wrong to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last bit is just like, this is kind of like a canned response sort of thing to something.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know, like 今晩、食べましょうか? I'm like, そうしましょう.
Okay.
Because like
yeah,
soul in
let's
this
do it.
case is like, yeah, that.
Okay. So shimashou. Okay, I've definitely heard that. Okay.
Does that
That's
help
so
clear
much.
up what's going on there?
So much.
Okay.
I didn't even have to
Yeah,
reference two previous homework assignments to understand that.
I was honestly really having trouble parsing what they were trying to say
Yeah,
here,
man.
but I think that's what they're communicating.
Okay. Let's move forward. Let's eat even.
食べまし
Tamemashou.
ょ
It is almost funny how like seemingly straightforward
it.
this slide is versus like coming
Yeah,
in here and it's
actually, can we go back to that initial
like
the video thing
like the
where
lesson
they
part.
first say everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I wonder if we can piece together when they're saying like masenka versus masho, and then
Okay.
that'll help, you know, make sense of what they were saying.
Yeah, probably. And in
And
the
we'll
repetition they'll
put
probably
in Japanese
specify things
subtitles.
too. Yes.
キムさん、今晩暇ですか？
はい。
じゃあ一緒にご飯を食べませんか？
Yeah,
新
there
宿
it
に
is.
美味しい店
Tawemasenka.
Yeah. So he didn't open up by asking "Tabemashouka." He was extending an invitation using the "masen-ka" phrase instead.
Okay.
And then the follow-up responses when they're providing suggestions, that's when they say "masho."
Okay.
店があります。
いいですね。食べましょ
Yeah. Okay. Like at the point that she's like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, actually, before you,
Sorry.
yeah, I think she provides a suggestion after she says "tabemashou," where she says
美味しい
"aimashou-ka."
店があります。
う。いいですね。
So let's see here.
食べましょう。どこで会えますか？
Right after this, I think.
6時に新宿駅で会いましょ
わかりました。
Right. So okay. So because like now there's this idea they're already doing it together. How about like let's meet up at Shinjuku Station? I forgot what they said. Right.
Yeah.
But point being, they opened up with Masenka, and then follow up questions being like, should we do this? We're Mashol.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's. I feel like that's a good way to chunk things, and if we're taking away only that, that's probably all right. Okay. いいですね。食べましょう. Sounds great. Let's go to eat. 6時にWhy am I?
Shinjuku.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Shinjuku?
Shinjuku. Okay, that's. I was pronouncing this as a J sound. I'm like, then what the heck is? Alright. Shinjuku eki de aimashou. Let's meet up at 6 o'clock in Shinjuku Station. All right. Cool. Let's go.
いいですね。食べましょ
いいですね。食べましょ
う。6時に新宿駅で会いましょ
う. Let me get those subs on
う。
screen.
駅で会い
6時に新宿駅でありましょう. 新宿駅で
Aimashou.
Oh, I said Ari. 会いましょう. Alright, and I think
ましょ
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I forgot to say this too, but
Mhm.
probably were able to pick up on this. But the shoal bit is also just another mas conjugation.
Oh, I don't know if
right?
I did
So-
pick up on that actually.
Yeah, so as long as we're getting all of our dictionary form verbs into this mas form, it's just ma shoal.
Live mas. Okay. Mashul. And like I don't know like linguistically what you would break that tense down into. But it's effectively saying like let us do whatever it is we're saying
Yep.
we're doing there.
Let's.
Let's do it. All right. Oh, this is practice. Keep it as is.
飲みます。
Nomimashou.
はい。
飲みましょう。一緒に帰ります。
Am I just going with kairimashou?
一緒に帰りましょう。
Okay. I would say the whole bit still.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
一緒に帰りましょう。7時に渋谷で会います。
Shichi ni Shibuya.
So they're saying meet at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd need a shichiji ni.
Shichiji ni Shibuya de aimashou ka?
はい。
Okay.
会いましょ
Oh yeah, it's not a question.
7時に渋谷で会いましょ
Okay. That's not too rough. Practice 2.
う。週末一緒に映画を見ませんか？
Shumatsu isho ni eiga mashou ka? On the weekend, let's study English? Is that the sentence?
う. Can you read it again?
Yeah. Shumatsu, weekend, right?
Mhm.
Isho ni, that's the like let's do it
Together.
together.
Ishoni
Oh yeah,
on
yeah,
its own
that's
just
right.
means together.
That's right. I have those associated together. I should probably not. Eiga o this is no eiga. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in this case, movies, right?
Yep.
Okay. Mimasen ka? So this is question. Like you want to go to the movies on the weekend? Together?
Yeah.
Together?
あ
Hi. Shoot. I wanted to say Ega Oshimasu. I'm like, that is not how you do that.
Yeah. You could. I'm wondering what they're gonna say. But they'll
Mimashou?
probably be like, "いいですね, mimashou," or just say like, "そうしましょう."
So Shimasho. Okay.
見ましょう。土曜日
見ましょう。
一緒にカラオ
Didn't even give it to it. Toyobi Ishoni. What is this katakana?
Karaoke.
Karaoke. This is the K?
That's the K.
Okay. Karaoke. Ikimashou ka? Hit him with like a
Ikimasen ka?
Ikimasen ka? Like you want
カラオケ行きませんか？
and I would. Hi, ikimashou.
いいですね。行きましょ
Would it make more sense to respond with an i desu ne than a hi, like a that sounds good
Yeah.
versus a yes?
Mm-hmm. That would.
Okay.
It would be
desu
more
ne.
appropriate.
Yeah. Let's get that one more time.
う。土曜日一緒にカラオケ
Toyobi isho ni karaoke ikimasen ka?
カラオケ行きませんか？
いいですね。行きましょう。
いいですね。行きましょう。
Okay. Okay. And then that'll be a full day's work.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm looking at this and I'm like, are these more complicated questions, or is it in a thinner font so it feels more serious and then we don't have Romaji on it? Is it a combination of the two? Because I'm like, this looks like real homework now, if you would.
Yeah, no, just giving it a quick glance, this seems to be the same like length of homework. There doesn't seem to be anything much different.
Okay. Cool. All right. Any trailing thoughts before we end it for the day?
I am all set.
All right. In that case, good work, people. We're in it for real now. Thank you for your time, and you have a wonderful night.
Hey, mata ne.
Mata ne.
Bye bye.